With diverse flora and fauna, magnificent natural landscapes, and an ecological biosphere that supports life, this wondrous planet is our earthly home. From our animal co-inhabitants to the lush rainforests and life-giving soil, we cherish all these as gifts from the Creator. It is a common theme in the world's major faiths that during our temporary stay here, we should be good stewards of Mother Earth. Throughout the years, Supreme Master Ching Hai has shared the message of leading a balanced life while following a spiritual path. Not only must we nourish our spirits, but we share the responsibility to care for nature and our fellow beings. In light of recent scientific evidence stressing the grave state of our planet caused by climate change, Supreme Master Ching Hai affirms the important message she has noted for over the past 2 decades. We must be vegetarian, meaning an animal-free diet, and practice sustainable living. Today we present to you Supreme Master Ching Hai's discussion on climate change titled Have a Positive Vision and Attitude, via video conference with our association members in San Jose, California, USA, on July 10th, 2008.
Hello.
Hello, Master. How are you, Master?
I'm fine.
Yeah, Master, we are in the meditation hall of San Jose Center, California. We are so happy and excited to see you.
Oh,
Let's say hi to our beloved Master. Master, first of all, we'd like to thank you for this video conference. We know you are extremely busy, have many things to take care of. We really appreciate you spend time with us.
Thank you. It's all right. So everything okay with you?
Yeah, everything's great with us.
Okay. Anything new in your area?
Yeah, Master, today, the first Loving Heart in North America opened. Yeah. Been there personally, but I heard the food was really delicious, the price was excellent, and the people love it.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Master.
You're welcome.
Hello, Master. It's so wonderful to have you with us tonight. My first question was, about a year ago, we were on such a high. We were doing Supreme Master Television, and it felt like everything was possible, and that things actually were changing. And about in December of 2007, it seemed that we changed course. So I was wondering, is it something that humanity did? Was there some kind of a cosmic event, or maybe did time accelerate on us? Maybe you can help us to understand.
You see, the cycle is supposed to reach the golden time according to the evolution of our planet. Yes. But humans were too slow to accelerate. So there was much cleansing going on. And we still have a chance to keep the golden age if we stop all the violence. Yeah, and return to virtuous living. If you look into the recent period of time, then I think you know that it's better than many previous years ago. At least talking from our group first, we can feel and be more free to practice in different centers. And more governments and people are supportive of vegetarian diet. And more vegetarian people join in the vegetarian circle, more humane animal treatments, more peace overall, more cooperative attitude between nations, or more tolerance, and more forgiving, more help to each other, etc., etc. So we have to look at the bright side.
Yes.
Actually, it is like that.
Yes, thank you, Master.
Hi, Master.
Hi.
I was wondering, what will happen to planet Earth by the end of 2009? Because I have heard you saying in several occasions that we have only 2 more years at most. Thank you, Master.
I told you we have gained more time now as more people join in the vegetarian circle and cut off much bad karma recently. And also people have tried to be more green, you know? Yes. Recycle, plant trees, frugal in all their using, etc., etc. Yes, and helping each other more and more tolerant, more peace talk. And the more people join in the vegetarian diet, I mean, that is more important. I mean, the less bad karma we will have and the more time we will gain. So be positive. Even the government, yeah, and many groups go green and go vegetarian. Maybe we will have longer time. And now I want you to focus more also on what you want the world to be. Like veg, green, good. Yeah? Veg, green, good. Yeah?
Yes, Master. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. But still continue do your job, you know? Like distributing flyers, meditation, praying, helping each other, helping others. Meanwhile, having a very positive vision and attitude. Things might change overnight. Who knows? Yeah, it could happen all the time.
Yes. Thank you, Master. My question is, if the Earth is destroyed, will there be another planet that souls can go to like Earth to serve and excel as rapidly as they do on this Earth? And what will become of the Earth if we destroy it? Once humans are gone, will the Earth replenish its resources over time, so maybe millions of years from now life can return?
Yes, the Earth can be replenished if no more destruction and if we let it be. Of course, there are many other planets for the soul to be reincarnated on, but then it will prolong the cycle of evolution again and again, and you know, so it would be better for a human being to evolve now into a more spiritually enlightened state of consciousness. Then they don't have to transmigrate and suffer again and again on a different planet. And of course the the planet can always recover if we have one. Yeah, if the planet is still there, it will take a long, long time. Long or short depends on the extent of destruction. Huh? And what kind of human would go there? Any kind of human who are not liberated. Any kind of human who are not yet completely understanding the lessons of life. Like we have to be good. We have to be virtuous. We have to be compassionate.
Thank you, Master.
You're welcome.
Dear beloved Master, I have two questions.
Okay.
I know the future will depend on the change made by the people on this planet. They are changing now, but they're doing it slowly. I got some feedback from my relatives, friends, and the people I talked to gave out the global warming SOS DVD and flyers that they did change their diet by reducing meat consumption. But is it enough if they still not 100% vegetarians?
It is better than nothing, you know, at least better for their life, for their health, better for many animals, and better for our planet. If they cannot save the world, at least they can save their souls, and that is very important for them.
Yes,
and
Master.
Try to somehow convince them to be completely vegetarian. That would be even better for them. It's good, you see, it is effective that you're going out and give them the flyers, and some people would reconsider and then do understand the importance of it, and then they did change. Huh? That's very good. Well done. Bravo, and thank you.
Thank you, Master. And I still have another question.
Sure.
I wonder if you will still be with us after the great upheaval.
I don't know. We will see.
We hope so, Master.
If you see me, then you see me.
I want a guarantee from you.
If you don't see me here, you see me in heaven. What's the rush anywhere? Huh? We'll see each other anyway, sooner or later.
Yes, Master.
Physical dimension is just for temporary. You know that, so it doesn't matter, does it?
Thank you for enlightening us on these questions.
You're welcome.
Hi, Master. I
Hi.
love you. Hi, I love you.
I love you. Yes, you guys are very good.
My question is, I have recently heard of some elementary school students who were speaking about what they wanted to be when they grew up. And one of the answers was, we won't be alive then because of global warming. So what's the point of answering? And I was just wondering what kind of inspiration you can give the children who are feeling hopeless about global warming.
Well, you tell them to be positive. Tell them to keep up hope and go veg. Yeah, if they can. And please, be green and do good. Then heaven will protect them and we will have a future still. Tell them everything can always change. So it depends on their attitude, depends on everybody else's attitude and contribution. If they all go veg and encourage everyone else, then things will look bright.
Okay, thank you, Master.
You're welcome.
Yes, Master. This question from my lovely baby. Tan Lin is 11 now. Her question is, how can we restore the ice back to its natural order if we are able to stop global warming? And how long will it take if it's possible? Thank you.
If all humans are vegetarian, then the karmic retribution will change and nature will restore its balance automatically. It will be slow or quick. It's up to us, yeah? Okay, suppose if the people are slow to become vegetarian, and we take too slow action, then maybe 2 years. That means 100 weeks. And the quicker one would be 2 months. That means 8 weeks. We will see the change almost immediately.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Master. I also have a question. With so many ongoing projects, such as SOS campaign, Supreme Master Television, and now Loving Heart, we still cannot help wondering, are we doing enough? Is there something else that we should do?
No, you are doing fine. You're doing fine. You are doing your best. I'm very proud of you. And except that there's not much really, like we have to meditate, think positive, keep faith in humans' goodness and resourcefulness, and things will change. Positive thinking, okay? Yes.
Thanks, Master.
You're welcome. Welcome.
Hi, Master.
Hi. How are you?
Fine. You look beautiful in purple.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have suggested that in addition to promoting vegetarianism, that we open vegetarian restaurants, be frugal, and plant trees. Beyond these, could you give us a list of maybe the top 7 to 10 most important things that we can go out to do to help save the planet? Thank you, Master.
Meditate. Positive vision. Spread SOS flyers. Promote vegetarian diet. Be frugal. Planting trees, use hybrid cars or, less fuel consumptive mean of transportation, like carpool, bus, train, walk, bicycling. They are all important actually. There are many more than that. And try to be organic, buy organic food to support organic farmers, etc. Do anything you can to support this organic vegetarian farming. Thank you.
Organic farming, a sustainable solution. Organic soil management minimizes fossil fuel use, removes atmospheric CO2 emissions from the air. If organic practices were implemented on the planet's 3.5 billion tillable acres, nearly 40% of current CO2 emissions could be absorbed. Source: Rodale Institute, USA. Try organic today. Be veg, go green, save the planet. For more information, please visit suprememastertv.com/be-veg.
Thank you.
Dear Master, my question is, in between working on various urgent projects and meditating, both of them matter. Should we sacrifice the work to do more meditation? What will have the most impact? Thank you, Master.
Both, honey, both. Yeah? Work for the world through Supreme Master Television, helping people, distributing flyers, helping disaster, making people aware of the urgency of the planet and the vegetarian diet, and meditation. Yeah, these both are important.
Thank you, Master.
We have to save ourselves, and meantime, also we must save others as much as we can. Thank you for doing what you have been doing, because you have been doing both. Both are noble and important works.
Thank you for blessing on our work in here, Master.
You are very welcome.
Hello, Master.
Hello.
I worked for a organization many years ago that has created sustainable disaster relief for people that are in emergency situations to use the garbage and debris from after a disaster in order to help them survive. And the organization didn't really take off, but I was wondering, would this be something that we as an organization should learn and also to try and teach others to be able to use some of the materials around them to help in case there are disasters?
Sure. If we know something that is helpful in case of emergency and to help to sustain people's life, then we should spread it out. Maybe if you go to disaster area and you know what to do, then you can tell them, or you print a little leaflet or something, or print some leaflets and tell people to spread the news among themselves. If you cannot print a lot, if it's too much demand, too many people and you can't print them all out, then you just print whatever you can, if that's really helpful. And then you can distribute it to them together with the food and the, emergency supply that we give them. It would help them. But important one is the spiritual advice, yeah? Always try to give them SOS flyers, some spiritual comfort, okay?
Okay.
So they also know that the disaster don't also come from nowhere. They are also man-made. So in the future, the victims might turn around to be one of the pioneer group to protect the earth, to prevent disasters.
We were thinking maybe we might be able to film some of it for Supreme Master Television so that maybe more people know.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Master.
If it's really useful and good and it's no harm to anyone, you try to do that, and they'll see if it's good, they can hear.
Yes, to give you some examples, they've found ways that they can just take like an old Coke bottle, like a 2-liter bottle with a cardboard box and some aluminum foil, and create a solar oven to purify water in an emergency.
Yeah.
Or an old tarp to collect water, and ways to create emergency toilets and things like that.
These are good. Yeah, well, you can help them to do that. We can film it, we can print it.
Okay, thank you, Master. We love you.
You're welcome. Of course, it's good. Common sense is always welcome, especially in time of emergency. People need all that. We can also disseminate them on our website, yeah?
Hi, Master.
Hi.
Last year, bee colonies around the world collapsed, and the news is saying that now over 60% have disappeared just since last year. They say if it happens again this year, we could end up with no more fruits and vegetables within 2 years. Is eating organic enough for us to reverse this? Or what else can we do to help pollinating insects?
It's not just one thing, huh? Of course, organic farming is the best, yeah? It's the ideal for health and the planet. When I say planet, I mean for all the inhabitants, you know, the bees and insects and animals alike. Because if we're using chemical, then of course they're going to die out sooner or later, big and small. That's why the bees are disappearing. I don't know what else to pollinate the fruit and vegetables except what nature has already provided to us. And we have been destroying this ecosystem. It's a very sad affair. Now, again, you know, the government had to imply another kind of farming techniques. Farming policy has to change, you know, from inside out, from up to down, and every farmer must know about it. Otherwise, not just bees colonies collapse, you know, many others, insects, many others useful insects on helpful animals that will be dying out. They are dying out every day now, a lot of them. And I am just as sad as you are and as frustrated. We got to pray for heaven's help. And if you can, tell the farmers, tell the government to change it. We use only beneficial products for agriculture. Otherwise, we will have nothing left, as you said.
Thank you, Master.
Hello, Master. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Well, thank you. In order to reduce my footprint, I've been growing my own food.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all no chemicals, it's all natural, all organic, and it's very tasty. You can't buy this in the market. It's just so juicy.
Very good, very good.
So sometimes there's insects, obviously, that they get to it before I do, so I remove them as fast as I can. But I hear them screaming, especially like the snails.
You can hear them screaming?
Yeah, they make some kind of sound.
Good ears, okay.
So I talk to them and I tell them it's going to be okay, I'm just moving you. But a lot of these animals seem like they have very good instincts, and you know, when there's an earthquake or tsunami, they know before we do.
Yeah.
So my question is, do these divine animals, are they already sensing some of the possible calamities and disasters that might occur?
Yeah, sure. The animals are worrying, yeah? But when your snails screaming there, they were just worried for that moment. That was not for tsunami or any disaster of any kind. Their own personal disaster because you remove them from their own meal, from the salad. Okay, every time you remove one, you pick a piece of lettuce or something and take it along with him for picnic, okay?
Yeah, I remove him with the leaf.
Yes, so that he sustain himself for a while until he find a different food.
Understand.
Fast food chain or something, some kind on the way. Wow, you can hear the snails screaming?
Yes, and they also they emit some kind of like ooze, like protective layer by the entrance, like saliva.
They produce that to protect themselves, of course.
Immediately.
Because they were worried that what are you going to do to them? Of course, all the insects, animals are very afraid of humans. We are huge and we are not always human. Yes, that's the thing. And even though you have become vegetarian, but it's not from birth even, and even then the size of the human and the human as the whole, we've been eating, the whole planet. The birds from the sky, they do us no harm. We shoot them down and eat them. The fish in the sea, they just swim in there happily, and we net them up and then fry them. So just the sight of humans make everyone very afraid. Of course, it takes time to know that you are not harmful to them, you see, and talking to them does help. Talk to them before you remove, not after, because by then they already might have heart attack, huh? Every time I remove some insect from my house, I tell them first, okay, calm down now. I'm going just to put you in a glass just for a few seconds or even a split second, and then I'm going to free you. And just please stay still or go down to my level so I can get you. And then the flies, they go down and stay in where I can reach them. Yes. Or some other moth or, butterflies and something like that. Not all of them listen. Some of them still panic or by habit flying high. But mostly they listen. They come down. So I can reach them, because I say, if you're on the ceiling, I can't reach you. Just come down now on the table, lay there and wait. And then they do that. Yes, and they don't panic. Okay?
Yes.
Wow, my God, you can hear them screaming. You are very developed in screaming detectiveness. You can talk to animals or just hear them screaming, that's it?
No, yeah, I feel them sometimes, yeah.
Okay, that's good, that's good. So now you know that what I told you is truth. That animals do have feeling, even the snails. Can you imagine a bigger one or anyone else? It's truly, all of them have soul.
It's true what you said, that we can start hearing you inside, or that ability, because sometimes I think of something and then the next lecture you mention that, and so that information is out there.
Okay.
It's nice to know.
It's nice. Well, I told you, even the ants, the insect, they all have pain and fear like us human. Okay, so that's good that you're vegetarian, huh?
Absolutely.
See? That we do no harm to these innocent creatures. Told you they are just like us.
Hi. So many species are being mapped for their DNA. Because of this, the development of genetically modified food is causing many plants to not be able to reproduce. What is the fastest thing we can do to help stop these kinds of practices? Thank you.
Write to the government. Write to anyone who's in power. Talk to whomever you know that doing it. Tell them the harm that genetic modified food we do to other plants and the planet in the long run.
Thank you.
Many countries have prohibited it already, and we hope that all will do the same before it's too late. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Master.
Hi.
The question I have is, I read recently that refined sugar uses charcoal from incinerated cow bones in order to bleach the sugar. Maybe many people aren't aware of it, but shouldn't we encourage people all over the world to boycott refined sugar in all of its forms and choose organic sugar, maple, and other forms of sweeteners?
Oh, yes, of course, if we can do that.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, no wonder white sugar is no good for you, apart from the, compound that they inherit, is also this karmic burden that go with it. It's horrible. My goodness, where do they find all these cow bones to bleach the sugar?
Master, they find them in India, Pakistan, South America, Africa. It takes about 9 pounds per cow that they use in charcoal. And I did this research. They did on average 70,000 pounds of bone char per silo. The silo is 20 feet wide and 70 feet high that they push the sugar through to refine it. The technology is there and they don't need to do this.
Oh my goodness. I guess they just want to get rid of the cow bones as well after they eat the meat.
That's right.
Oh, horrible, horrible.
It just breaks my heart,
sake.
Master.
Horrible. Well, we have to provide this information maybe on Supreme Master Television, on website, or any website that you can get your hand on, okay?
Yes, Master.
Oh, it's horrible. Everything you eat nowadays, you feel so scared. So scared that it might relate into some cruelty of some kind.
Yes, Master.
Thank you for telling us this.
Thank you, Master. Love to you.
Yeah, we have to let people know. Meanwhile, you use a brown sugar, organic sugar, natural sugar, okay?
Yes, Master.
Right, or maple syrup or fruit syrup. Use them sparingly anyway, all right?
Hi, Master.
Hi.
It's been a long time to see you since the last time I talked to you.
Oh, we will see each other some other time and soon.
I have a question regarding our precepts. Our precepts saying that we have to be vegetarian without using eggs, but using cheese or dairy products is fine. But lately, we are trying to stress not to use animal products. But my question is, so if our brother or sister eat cheese or milk, are they breaking the precepts?
No, they are not. Because for using cheese or milk, we don't have to kill any animals. Fine. But it is not good for their health, not good for the feeling, in our heart, and not very green.
Thank you, Master.
Actually, in the old time, when people just use a little cow milk, averagely and modestly, just like organic farming method, it wouldn't be too bad. But nowadays, they put them all in a factory, and force them all kind of medical, sometimes poison, antibiotic, etc., whatever they can do to force the cow to even produce more milk than they should do. Sometimes they produce too much milk that they even could not stand anymore. Their bones are rotten and brittle and broken. This is beyond cruelty, just for the greed. We don't have to eat that much cheese.
Some of the diseases related to meat consumption and or production: swine flu, Ebola reston virus. Cured meats and fish increase leukemia risk in children. Antibiotic-resistant superbug infections from a strain of Staphylococcus aureus. Blue tongue disease, E. coli, salmonella, bird flu, mad cow disease or Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, 90% of the population at risk. Pig's disease or PMWS, listeriosis, shellfish poisoning, preeclampsia, Campylobacter, Clostridium difficile, diseases hidden in healthy appearing livestock. Some of the costs of meat eating. Infertility. Eating just one serving of meat per day increases the risk of women's infertility by 32%, with additional meat consumption increasing the risk. Heart disease. Over 17 million lives lost globally each year. Cost of cardiovascular disease is at least $1 trillion a year. Cancer. Colon rectal cancer. Over 1 million new colon cancer patients diagnosed each year, more than 600,000 colon cancer-related mortalities annually. In the United States alone, colon cancer treatment costs about $6.5 billion. Millions of people are newly diagnosed with other meat-related cancers every year. Diabetes. 246 million people are affected worldwide. An estimated $174 billion spent each year on treatment in just the United States. Obesity. Worldwide, 1.6 billion adults are overweight, with 400 million more who are obese. Costs $93 billion each year for medical expenses in the United States alone. At least 2.6 million people die annually from problems related to being overweight or obese. Environmental. Use up to 70% of clean water, pollute most of the water bodies, deforest the lungs of the earth, uses up to 43% of the world's cereal, uses up to 85% of the world's soy, cause world hunger and wars, 80% cause of global warming. Plus more.
Some of the costs of milk consumption. Bacterial microbes, pesticides and enzymes found in cheese derived from the inner stomach linings of other animals. Up to 80% of the calories in cheese are from pure fat. Breast, prostate and testicular cancer from hormones present in milk. Listeria and Crohn's disease. hormones and saturated fat leads to osteoporosis, obesity, diabetes and heart disease, linked to higher incidences of multiple sclerosis, classified as a major allergen, lactose intolerance, plus more.
For more urgent information, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/killers.
Before all these so-called civilization emerged, people eat cheese now and again, you know. But nowadays they just eat for anything, they put cheese in anything, and they just do anything just because somebody has lobbied some governments to advertise even that milk is good. And they actually lobby for it.
Yes.
And so they advertise that milk is good, and everybody believes in it. It's not all that good even for our health. I told many times already, even as we are grown up, we don't have an enzyme to even digest the milk anymore. Yeah? So if we force ourselves to eat all that, it's not even natural. Emergency-wise, you know, the baby drink cow's milk when she or he doesn't have mother's milk. That was just for emergency. And nowadays, they force the babies all to drink cow's milk so that the mother is free of burden and obligation to breastfeed the child, even though they all know that breastfeeding is the best for the immune system of the child even. But you see, the more we are so-called civilized, the worse we are doing. I don't know anymore. Yeah? All right. It would be better that we could avoid milk and cheese, dairy product, for the sake of the cows, and also to support the greener planet. Because if we take milk and cheese a lot, then they also continue to raise the cows, and that would take a loss of pasture and maybe even deforestation, because they don't do it the natural way anymore, that's all. You know, I'm not into forbidding you anything. I'm just telling you the cost of the milk and the dairy products nowadays is not economically affordable anymore, because they do it en masse. And also they put all kind of chemical things in it. If you cannot go without cheese, and please do less and less and less, the less the possible, okay? Good also for your health.
I myself, I don't consume a lot of cheese or milk.
Yes.
I try to avoid it as much as possible.
Yeah, understand.
Right
it's
now,
good.
I just basically just go on almost vegan. So
yes,
I think that's
good.
the best way, and I feel much better too.
It's good for you. It's good for you. In the beginning, you know, we make it easier for all to transit. But now I think it's time to limit our use of animal products for obvious reason. Even for the convenient method people, I advise you, please, go complete vegetarian and vegan. When I say vegetarian, I mean vegan. I'm just afraid that a lot of people are not used to with the word vegan, so I use vegetarian because vegetarian implied vegetable, and it's more obvious to me and to everybody else. But because nowadays everybody say they're vegetarian and they eat egg and milk and cheese also, so I tell Supreme Master Television to put vegetarian and inside the bracket vegan. Or I say animal-free product or plant-based diet, just to make sure people don't put eggs in my diet. They eat egg or fish and shrimps and all that. And I said, these are not vegetable. They call them living beings. Yeah, they jump. Huh? Even the snail screams. I'm sure the shrimp scream. For example, the language. When they put them in the water to boil, they scream. They scream very loud. And it's a heart-piercing voice. Terrible. My goodness, when will our planet be more civilized? I really pray for that day. I hope I live to see the day that everybody look upon animals with respect and love.
Yeah, I really do pray too, Master.
Yeah.
Thank you, Master. I haven't seen you for a long time, so it's really, really nice and happy to talk to you again.
Hello, Master.
Hello.
During the 2007 Formosa retreat, you mentioned that we were still climbing the slope to reach the peak of the golden age. And at that time, we were only 1/3 of the way, not even halfway yet. If we can save our planet, will we be able to reach the peak of the golden age right away, meaning 4 or 5 years from now?
Sure. Almost right away, yeah? If all of the humans adhere to the new way of life, meaning being vegan, vegetarian, peace, love, and green, we will reach the top right now.
Wow.
But anyway, you are in golden age, so don't worry.
Thank you, Master. I love you.
I love you too.
Hi, Master.
Hi.
You mentioned in a recent talk that there isn't anything we can do to protect ourselves and nowhere to physically hide from coming upheaval. The only our purity and virtue would help us.
That's right.
How do we know if we are shifting our consciousness enough? Or is there something else we need to do other than meditate and try to help when we can?
If it happens, we still have a little time. We can change that. Who knows that maybe one day suddenly you wake up, everybody become vegetarian. Huh? Be positive. Envision that for me.
I hope so.
Envision
That's my dream.
that everybody become vegetarian. Who knows? Yeah, anything happen, you know? Anything happen.
That will
Let's
make
have
my
some
dream come true.
fun imagining it. Okay, visualizing it, visionizing it. It do no harm. It will only do good. Positive energy, always good. Because at the moment, everything indicate that the planet is in danger, of course.
That's right.
But we still can change it. Well, we try until the last minute. And when it happens, it happens. Of course. Anyway, meditate and help what you can. Eat less, elaborate it. Eat more simple, okay?
Yes.
All right. And live a simple life. More simple. The more simple, the better. I know you're already simple. But if you can see in any way in your life, you can have more simple life and less complicated meal, then try to better that. If we can't save the world, at least save yourself, your soul. Do your best. Keep a positive attitude, all right?
Yes.
And by the way, this crusade of saving the planet and all that stuff, all that good things that we do, is not for you. It's for other people. You are not supposed to be afraid or panic. Yeah?
Yes.
You are my disciples.
That's true, yes.
You are protected. And you are blessed. Here and after. Huh?
Yes.
So be happy. You know, we are not doing this for us. We are not doing all this for us. We're doing it for the people who has no spiritual leaning point, so that maybe we can prolong a little bit of their time on the planet so that they have time to return to their great self, return to spiritual splendor, remember God more, and be more virtuous, be more enlightened while having human bodies.
Yes, Master.
Because this is a very precious chance in the consciousness evolution that anyone have a human body. So it's not for you to panic and forget who you are. You are the saints. You are the strongest. You are the virtuous and the pioneers of noble living. You are a rock for everyone else to lean on. I don't want to hear any of you talk about fear, panic, afraid. This is not for us. We are safe already. We have to save the people out there.
Thank you, Master. That was very encouraging.
Thank you. You're welcome. You know that already. You just forgot, so I have to remind you. We still go out and do all we can to help others, yeah? The planet will be saved or not saved. We not really very worried about that, yeah? We want to save the planet, but not because we are afraid to die or anything. We want to do it because other people will be afraid to die. Do you understand me?
Yes.
And I'm also afraid that they die too soon, before spiritual message can reach the deeper recess of their soul. So that's what I'm afraid of. But if their souls are saved, then we have nothing to fear. See, there are also children who are not grown up yet, etc., etc. It's good to have a planet, so they have a chance to know what is a better planet inside the kingdom of God. That's all. That's why we have to save the planet. Yeah, don't forget who you are.
Hi, Master. You mentioned that in order for the planet to heal, more than 50% of humans would have to become vegetarian. So is the change of heart what matters the most at this point? Or is it enough that they just become vegetarians? Thank you, Master.
Just become vegetarian. Because at least it helps the animals. It helps the environment. But I tell you what, when they change into vegetarian diet, in this particular time, they already change their heart. Change of hearts is the most important, of course. But at this particular time, if they change to vegetarian diet, that means they change their heart already. Why? They want to save the planet. They want to save their children's lives, to save everybody else's lives. So they are partaking in something grand and noble. So there's no need to preach to them anymore. If they change to vegetarian diet, salute them, thank them, and go to the next person.
Wow, that's really great to know.
Yes, it's good. And the more they go into vegetarian lifestyle, the more their heart will change for better all the time. It just happens automatically because they started with noble intention already, you see? Not for health reason, not for economy reason. It's for saving the world. How more noble can it be?
Thank you very much, Master.
You're welcome.
A vegetarian diet sustains life, sustains the earth, sustains humans, sustains animals.
We are very concerned about the impact of livestock production on climate change. Very much our message is, and always has been, that we think people should be eating less meat. That's actually good for people's health to do that. But it is clear that we need to be eating less meat. And so I think the message to go out there and discover some more vegetables and to really understand that we don't need to be eating meat 3 times a day. We really do not.
A vegetarian lifestyle is almost all that we need right now to stop the global warming, to balance the scale of the negative consequences. Even physically speaking, most of the pollution will be stopped by all the people on the planet being vegetarian. 80% of the pollution will be stopped. 80% of the global warming will be stopped if all people begin to be vegetarian. It will only do us good. It helps the world. It saves the planet. And it saves our children. If we really love our children, this is what we must do.
Be veg. Go green. Save the planet. For more urgent details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/SOS.
Hi, Master.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, I'm splendid.
Wonderful. What do you think is the best way for us to get the word out about the connection between eating animals and the environment, and the best way to encourage people to change their habits?
Okay, all you do is just spread the news, spread the flyers wherever you go, whatever you can. Every time you go to work, just take some flyers with you and distribute it anywhere, on the way. Okay? And more than that, of course.
Thank you very much.
Master, in the past, we as an organization have never been very involved politically, but with such urgency of threat, are there things that we should be trying to do to influence public policy? And if so, what is the quickest way?
There's no quickest way here because everything is slow on this planet. I think you can watch the survey teleconference and do what you can to help, but only by peaceful means, yeah? You can write to the government, of course. You can talk to the farmers. You can write to other groups, etc., etc. Do what you can in your power. It's not to be a politician. They know that you write to them just for the urgency of the planet and to save the world. Yeah, make sure they understand your intention. It's not like you go out and spend millions of dollars and say, vote for me, I'm the best, or nothing like that. No. So when you write to a political body, it doesn't mean you're a politician or involved in politics. It's very clear from beginning what we do, right?
I thank you, Master.
You're welcome.
Good evening, Master.
Good evening.
Master, my question is as follows. Our organization has been leading many efforts to awaken humanity, but mostly on our own. Now, Supreme Master Television has already been linking with so many other champions and heroes supporting the same causes. Could you suggest how we may be more effective and quicker at networking together with other organizations to create a faster impact and result?
We do what we're doing. Actually, everything runs their course, There's no good forcing anything, yeah? You see, everything happened up to now is all natural, spontaneous, yeah? God blessing. If they network with us, okay. If not, we still continue to do what we do, one-man band crusade. They don't have to network with us even. If they just do what they do by themselves to help the planet and to inform the public just the way we're doing, then it's fine. We don't have to net together in any way. I just hope they just do what we do. Yeah, that's all they need to do. Because we are net together in spirit, in any case.
Thank you, Master.
Hi, Master.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you also, Master. And you look so beautiful. Master, my question is, how many people do we need to wake up in order to create critical mass, or what they call the 100 monkey effect, in order to save our planet? What is the magic number?
The magic number is 2/3. Okay? It has to be grouped in different places, not just number, okay? As I mentioned, 2/3 of the population, minimum, must be vegetarian. And now we have 1/5 of the population already.
Wow.
So we must reach minimum of 3/5 in 2 years. I'm waiting.
Master, a new question. Since time is of the essence and people get confused, their mind, with vegetarian, what is included, can we, when we talk to them or when we do marketing, can we say go vegan, be green, at least to get their mind thinking what is vegan, and then they'll go on the internet and search it?
Okay, we can do that.
Instead of go vegan, and so that at least they'll get the info online. They'll be curious.
Okay. How about we say go breatharian instead? Eat air, yeah? Okay. Well, I tell you what, the way it goes, maybe you guys just have to live on air then, huh? In case of emergency, remember? Remember, you have the power to go without food.
I wouldn't know how to teach them how to go breatharian.
No, not you teach them, for yourself only. Maybe you have enough only power to go breatharian alone. Well, it's not for other people, but of course they can go learn anywhere else. Just to pray for the providence to provide you with all you need. And now that you're already entering the spiritual stream, then you can use that power in case you need to, in case you want to. Everything happening natural is good. Right now, I think you should try to simplify your life, minimize your food. That would be already the next step, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Or try a different way, like go raw, or, go juice, whatever.
That's my main diet, is I blend everything. I'm almost completely raw vegan.
Blend and drink.
Blend and drink. And yeah, you don't need to digest. You don't need to waste energy digesting. It just goes right to your bloodstream.
Go direct, huh?
Yeah. I ran a marathon like that, so it's very possible.
Okay. I can see you're very healthy, good looking, and
Thank
young.
you.
Anybody else in there who joined the blending club? No? How many blending over there? Are you blending in or blending out?
There's 4 or 5 hands went up.
And you okay? You doing fine?
Yes, Master.
Yes. How much vegetable and fruit you need per day in the blender? I mean, to keep you going. How many meals you eat?
Usually it would be like 4 or 5 bottles, 32-ounce bottles.
How many liter per day?
1 liter is 32 ounce. 1 liter, so 5 liters.
5 liter a day. Okay.
That's because I was exercising. If I don't exercise and I'm just, in front of the computer doing SMTV work, maybe like 2 or 3.
Okay, understand. No, take as much as you need. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anybody else who is benefiting from that? It should be very good, It should be a very good diet to just drink straight, like that. I heard about it.
And a lot of people ask me questions and they're inspired, and I give them information, and they're very thankful.
Very good, very good. Give them some information. Anyway, it's a very good idea, okay?
Okay.
Right now, I have to stay where I am for some time, just to wait for the ABC to come up.
I understand.
See, I have to still cook some vegetarian meal and all that for them so that they can have a little fun, And then knowing that vegetarian is easy and so on and so forth, and fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will see, okay?
Okay.
I have to do what I talk. It seems like a sacrifice, but it's not such a big sacrifice. It's okay. It's just tiring. Eating solid food sometimes is a very tiring lifestyle for me, sometimes. But it could be worse, Yeah, it could be worse. Raw and blending food is a very good idea. Yeah.
Hi, Master. I've heard you say several times that we should write letters to our representatives, and one of the reasons people don't contact their congressman is because they may know that global warming 18% comes from meat and dairy, but they feel insecure about writing a letter to their congressman, or they don't know where to write their congressman. And one of the most successful grassroots civic action committees in the United States, and they use the power of the internet, what they would do is they would write up background information on a topic, and then they would write a sample letter, and then they would send it out to all their friends, and then their friends could just take that sample letter and send it off to their congressman, or send it off to, let's say in this example, maybe all their favorite restaurants, and say, please put more vegetarian stuff on the menu. Yeah, and so we were talking about doing some of the same thing, taking a lot of the news, the information that we've been, doing on Supreme Master Television News, and put that up on a website, and then send it out to all of our friends, because after you hit the send button so that the letter goes off to your congressman, there's something that says tell a friend. The software automatically brings in your address book from Gmail or from Yahoo, and you can click off all your friends and then send it off to them, and then they get this email saying, oh, will you please send this message to your congressman and kids and help them to learn about, the connection between global warming. We can also do the same thing by, if everybody sends something to the local newspaper and says, please cover this as a story.
Yeah, sure. Send it to the decision maker people. Yeah.
One of the things that this so.org has done is they'll say, okay, we want to put an ad in the New York Times about this issue. And so they'll say, click here if you want to donate money to put money to put this ad into the New York Times. And then click here if you want to donate money for our operational costs. If we set up something like that, do you think it would be okay for us to accept money just for, these advertising or campaigns?
No. Always no, beginning, no, the middle, no at the end. Whatever we can do with our own means, we do it. We don't take money from anybody. Do you know many of organizations, they take the money and only some part of it, small part of it, go to the victims or to the people needed. The rest is paying their own salary or doing anything sometimes unnecessary. That's why I'm so tired. Before I used to support many organizations. Later they find out that they do it like a business. And I don't support any idea that you want to get the money for donation. No, okay?
Thank you.
Why do you want to get bad karma from other people? The good cause that you want to do will be annulled by the bad karma of the people who donate to you, and you don't even know where from the money. Sometimes they are from drugs, sometimes they're from alcohol and cigarette. You want to guarantee all that? Where did you get this idea from? Ever?
Well, just watching what an organization had done in order to get people to help them.
And you know that our group never take any money from anybody. And that's that. Some organization take money. I don't. Because I'm not any organization. In the beginning, I don't even want any organization, membership fee, nothing like that. It's just because the government forced us to do it. We have to report why we gather many people. Then we just do it just for the sake of protocol. In Taiwan, they do it. Everybody put like 100 NT. That's how much? It's about $1 or $2, something like that. Symbolic. And it's only a few hundred people are members. Not all the people are members. It's just to make it an organization, that's all. For the government's sake. Yeah? We never take a donation. Don't even mention that word to me ever again.
Thank you, Master.
Because many people don't use it for what it is. They make it like a business, and I don't like that. Anybody who make use of the situation or the desperation of the people or group or person to profit themselves in any way at all. If you cannot sustain yourself and do the work that you're doing, then you don't do it, okay? You take care of yourself, that's good enough. So I don't need you even support me or anything. So I don't need anybody to support you and your idea. Whatever we do, it has to be clean, morally acceptable. But if you take donation, you don't know that. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Good. You see, I don't even take donation from you, and you are clean, and I know where you are and what you do already. Why would we even take money from outside people? We don't even know what they do. It's not only that, it's below dignity to take anything from anybody. And that's that. Huh? I mean, unless you really die of thirst and hunger, somebody give you a piece of bread or a bottle of water, that's fine. You understand me?
Yes, Master.
Beyond the minimum survival necessity, you don't take anything.
Yeah.
I tell you again, you better watch your temptation, okay? At the whole group. Every time we do something, and then we always think, it's easier to get everybody else to help us. Yeah, it's easier to get donation from people, and then we can make it bigger and faster. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. The fastest lane is not always the quickest. Okay? Yeah. And don't get into this kind of temptation. Okay? Do whatever you do by yourself, by your own power, by your own means. Okay? That's the best way. You see? There's always saying that whatever you want to do, the best you do it yourself. Huh? Okay. Never get into this kind of temptation for quickie result or better, quicker, bigger. It's not like that. No. Okay? Never. Because it seems easier. Yeah? It seems easier, but it's not the ideal way. That's why I have it all written to you in the beginning already. Don't take what don't belong to you. Understand me? Yeah? That's the best.
Thank you. Just maybe a small story, if I can share with you. I was walking in a cow pasture.
Yeah?
And one of them came up to me. I was feeding him. And a couple came by, they're regulars, and they were surprised. They were like, usually they don't let people come by them. And I was just like, fine. It was very comfortable. And then I saw them later and I told them, I think it's because I'm vegan. They know I'm not going to harm them. And so they started thinking, and then we got into a discussion. I'm like, that's why in India they're holy, sacred, and they're, they're allowed to roam free. And so we started talking about vegetarianism, and they are going to try and incorporate that into their diet.
That's good.
Thank you, Master.
So a cow can even make people become vegan, huh? By being there. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
He approached me.
Master, can I share a story with you?
Sure.
Because you were saying that, we are actually elevating, and it actually is true. There's a lot of drought happening in California, and we've had some fires about a month and a half ago. And so we went and covered it for Supreme Master Television because it was very close. And we interviewed the head of animal rescue, because there's a lot of animals where we live. There are horses, there are cows, there are, lots of animals. And we interviewed the woman, and she told us it was so amazing how everybody came together. The feed store came and delivered tons of food for the horses, for the cows, for the goat and the sheep.
Yeah.
And everybody came together, looked after each other. She was so touched.
Yes.
In a case of emergency like that,
yes.
Everybody came and helped for each other.
Right.
And the thing that happened that was amazing is after we were done with the interview, we gave her the flyer and then the little card for Supreme Master Television. And she looked at it and she said, "Oh my God, I recognize this person. I just got a book in the mail called The Noble Wild. It is the most beautiful book. I don't know why we received it. We were so touched by receiving it." These are people that take care of animals, right? That they spend their life helping them, and when they're in danger or everything. And it turned out that some of our brothers and sisters had donated some books, to different organizations and especially animal organization, because they were doing beautiful work.
Yes.
And it was so wonderful to hear that she had received the book a few weeks before.
Yes.
And then she found out that we were the one, behind it. So it was just wonderful. And we did ask, if some of them were vegetarian, and we realized that most people are very kind. Our nature is kindness and is compassion. And just somehow along the line, we disconnected ourselves with that. So if we can remind people, if we can, they love their dogs, they love their cats, they love their horses. If we can take them from there, then they will make the step because they feel that love. They feel that connection.
That's right.
It's just that they don't extend it all the way.
That's right.
So that's all we need to do. That's all we need to do.
Yes, yes. Dogs and cats and domestic animals, they are there to bridge the gap, you see, between human and other beings. But somehow it is bridge, but they do not walk over the bridge. That's the problem.
That's right.
So we are doing the holding hand to lead them across the bridge.
Right.
And don't worry if you don't succeed, okay? It's what you do that counts. And when it comes to the words that nobody even listen, then it's okay. We're doing what we have to do as a noble being.
Yes, Master.
I don't expect anything.
Actually, we had a friend that we've known for 15 years that he's known that we've been vegetarian for, almost 20 years. And he kept kind of eating meat here and there and fish. And we kept telling him, you've got to grow up. You've been in the New Age movement. You read spiritual books and you still don't understand. But we told him it's his responsibility, it's his decision.
Yes.
And then last week we went to a vegetarian restaurant and we had dinner with him. And we were working on him a little bit because it's like, it's urgent now. This is not luxury.
Yes.
And somehow when I spoke, it kind of came through me. I said, you don't want to have blood in your hand when you eat. And he's like, I don't want to have blood in my hand when I eat. And at that point he said, that's it. You're going to take me to a store, show me how to cook vegetarian, and that will be over. And it's been 15 years that we've known him and that, he's been dragging his feet. And then all of a sudden he got it. So there's hope.
Yes. You see, sometimes just one sentence hit the nail, on the head.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, it's just a time also. It's a time of the consciousness now.
Yeah, and if we speak with our heart, they'll hear it.
Yes.
That's the most important part.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Your work has borne fruit after 15 years. It's good.
Yeah.
Sometimes to plant a tree take longer also.
Right.
Yeah? Okay.
Right.
It's good.
Thank you.
Good for you.
Master.
If you cheer up a little, hey? Okay. You see, most of the time, the near one are the most difficult to convince. It's funny. It's like that.
Master, we found out about a website where you can actually have a vegan starter kit mailed to any friend as long as you know their address.
Yes.
And it will automatically send.
Yes.
So if you want, we'll have him send it to Supreme Master Television. Maybe they can tell everybody about it.
Yeah, sure. We can do that, of course.
I have an inspirational idea, something that we're starting in our neighborhood. We're putting together flyers and we're distributing them about global warming and methane and the whole eating and not. We're trying to see how we can incorporate the teaching into children and how they can contribute and be conscious and also do some volunteer work. And so we've designed this little group called Green Meals on Wagon Wheels. So 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds taking their wagons, and we're collecting plant-based canned foods from our neighbors and donating it to the homeless. And so it's just an idea that we had to share with other communities who are trying to get their children involved as well.
Is it working, your idea?
We're just implementing it now. We're still doing the flyer and doing it.
Well, the parents have to be okay with it, okay?
Yes. All the children actually are vegetarian that we have in mind.
Make it fun and simple, not make it like a work.
And we're calling it eco-eating, becoming an eco-eater opposed to just saying the vegan word, just to introduce the idea.
All right.
Hello, Master.
Hello.
I have a question regarding the poem that you write from the pig point of view. It was a really touching poem. I shed tears when I heard it. Because sometime last year I was thinking of writing a story to post it in our magazine or Supermaster TV, but I didn't know I'm not good in writing or writing a poem. So I just prayed Master help me to do something like that. And then your poem coming up, I said, oh my God, that's just about the right time. So and now I'm thinking, because it's so touching and it affects a lot of people, like you said, make 100,000 people turn vegetarian just because of that poem.
More.
So I was thinking of using that poem to send it to more people, like to celebrity, which is have more effect to a lot of people, because a lot of people do look up to celebrity as their role models, and some of them can affect like millions of people worldwide. Like some of them, like a famous talk show host or singers or things like that. And I was thinking of using your poems along with maybe some regarding vegetarian.
Okay.
I don't know if I maybe convince them, but maybe later time they would think about turning vegetarians. Yeah. And then once they've turned vegetarian, that may affect all their fan and all that too.
Sure.
So it got a big domino effect.
Yeah.
So my question is, may I use your poem to send to them?
It's free. It's free.
So, and also regarding vegetarian too, like you said that recently 1/5 of the population of the world turned vegetarians. So I got really excited. May I share with you my inner experience?
Sure.
In a dream, I saw that I was walking at the top of the hill, and all of a sudden I see a lot of balloons floating up into the mid-sky. And then when I took a close look at it, I saw it's the people, not balloons. And I thought, like, oh my God, I have to fly up with them. Then I start flying up, and it zoomed by. When I get closer to them, I see most of them are all disciples. And I flew up with them, and then I stopped somewhere in the middle of the cloud and take a rest, and I just woke up. And when I woke up, I told myself, is it the ascension that Master told about me, the upliftment? So I just like to share that, like, hopefully, this gives some our brothers and sisters that encouragement or some hopes.
Oh, they know.
Yeah.
They don't have hope. They know. Okay, thank you. It's a good dream.
We really thank you for enlightening us with your wisdom. We thank you for spending time with us.
You're
We
welcome.
thank you for your love and care for us and all the beings on the planet.
You're welcome, welcome.
We love you, Master.
I love you too, guys. I thank you also for being good children. For being noble and kind to everybody and for loving me. Thank you for your love.
Thank you. Bye, Master.
See you soon. Ciao.